back everyone to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy V, the 4-job Fiesta for TNV Small Critter Rescue. Last episode we made our way through most of the forest of Meow, trying to find the Exdeath. Exdeath came back to this forest to try to find something. We learned this forest is actually Exdeath's birthplace. He was an evil spirit that was sealed in one of these trees, and eventually the evil spirit took over the tree and basically brought it to sentient life, and that's Exdeath. So he's back in his birthplace. We don't know what he's here for, so we haven't run into him yet, but we're about to run into him basically now, or at least see what he's going to start doing here. He's actually going to set the forest on fire. Why he's doing that, we don't know, but unfortunately it's going to have some dire consequences. So it's actually going to clear out one of those mountain ranges there, which will allow a Hiryu to come in a little bit later. So that's pretty neat. Now, once the thing catches on fire, we can't go back and get any old treasure chests from the back there, so it was important that we pick up everything here. What we could skip, though, in terms of treasure chests, we could skip this treasure chest right here. If we get it now, we'll get an Aegis shield. If we wait until after the forest fire dies out, and we get it, we'll get a flame shield. I guess the fire transforms it from a Aegis shield to a flame shield. But we wouldn't get that flame shield. We can get another Aegis shield later on. The Aegis shield is probably better overall, but since we only have one character class that can use shields, the Magic Knight, the flame shield will be more important for the upcoming boss battle. So, but yeah, this now just says we're going to wait here until the fire runs out, so we just hang out here with these Moogles. We can heal ourselves up here. And now, like I said, this is just the timed event where we just got to wait and let things change. So, I'm going to change some jobs here a little bit. I'm going to make Lenna my Geomancer. I want Galuf to be my White Mage. And then I'm going to change around Faris and TNV's jobs. They'll switch their jobs because I want them both to be able to have the magic sword ability. So TNV doesn't have many levels in the magic sword, the Mystic Knight. So when he's in that class, he's gonna have all those abilities. We want to have at least up to level 5 magic sword, and Faris has that, but TNV doesn't. So we're gonna switch them around. Faris will be our dancer. The magic sword will be really good for the upcoming boss. Yeah. So once the Moogle steps away from the entrance, we can step out. I'm gonna grab that flame shield, and that'll make us almost invincible for the upcoming boss. But you know, guaranteed once we it's a 4-part boss, and if we get to the one part, as long as you have one character with a flame shield, you're gonna end up winning the battle. So, but we'll discuss that a little bit later when we get to the boss. So, we can get a useless item here, the soot. You can also win them off the boss. Useless item, and we get a flame sword here. So, but the EP is a little bit stronger, so we'll keep using that. So we're gonna step outside the forest, and we can save our game here. I'm gonna save our game just to be safe. Switch our jobs around, and then we're going to head back in. Luckily, we don't have to go through most of the forest again to get to the boss. If you would have went to the right instead of to the left to get out of the forest, that would take us right to the boss. But I said, just want to make a safety save here, because the boss can be kind of tricky, but we have ways to deal with it. Not the easiest ways to deal with it. The easiest ways to deal with it is if you have the Chemist. The Chemist has an ability to mix a death potion, which instantly defeats an enemy. And surprisingly, this boss coming up doesn't have death immunity. So if you're a Chemist, you can just mix the death potion, defeat them real quick. We don't have that ability, but what we do have is we have a lot of good healing with the White Mage. And as long as we have Magic Sword level 5 on our characters, they can use the Drain Sword, and that'll heal themselves up. So that's why I switched Faris to a dancer because she can have the ability of Mystic Sword, and she has up to Mystic Sword at level 5, where TNV doesn't. So, just have to use another tent here because when you switch your jobs, your stats change around a little bit based on the job. So I just want to make sure that everyone's magic points, hit points are full. Make another save, and then we'll head right on in to take on this boss here. So we just head straight up from the entrance here. We don't have to get any more chests because we got them all before we left and made the save. We're going to come to a dead end here, but once again, the branch that we got off Sage Guido is going to open the way to the eldest tree, the oldest tree in the forest. The Master Tree, the one who guards the seal. I guess Exdeath is trying to get into that tree to undo the seal, so maybe he's already in here. Maybe Exdeath was burning down the forest in an attempt to just be able to get into this, access this tree, because you don't have that branch. Well, let's head on into the Master Tree and see what's inside of it. So we head on in and locks it behind us, so we're stuck in here, but we had that save. And here is the boss here, the Crystal Guardians. So, just like how TNV's world had 4 crystals, well, this world also has 4 crystals. They're guarded by a seal, though, and that's what our boss battle here is. Each of the seals is going to have basically an element with it. So the right is water, the bottom is earth, the top is fire, and the far left is wind. We are going to have TNV and Faris use the drain spell. For initially, the crystals aren't that tough. They basically just use physical attacks for a while. And once they get down, once you take off 4,000 hit points off of them, then they start spamming AoE attacks. So the water crystal will use Aqua Lung to Aqua Wake, to deal water damage to everybody. The Earth will use the Earth Shaker, which will deal damage to everybody. The Fire will use Fire 3 on everyone, and the Wind will use Arrow 3 on everyone. So to help keep us safe, we're going to have all our white mages cast the Shell spell, which basically reduces magic damage by half on all our characters. And it'll be easier to keep up with healing then, because we're taking less damage, and TNV and Faris using the Drain Sword will basically be able to heal themselves up. So we also want to, in addition to getting the shell up on ourselves, we're also going to want to get the armor ability on ourselves. Armor will, like I said, cut down on physical attacks, and like I said, until the crystals get into their second phase, their AI, when you reduce their hit points by a certain amount, they'll just use physical attacks, including the potential to critical you. So we just want to get that armor up as well on everybody. We want to focus all our attacks on just one crystal, take them out one at a time. We'll leave the fire crystal for last because the flame shield that we picked up, that'll basically heal anyone hit with the Fire 3 spell, so it'll heal TNV. So basically, once we get to the point in case something really, really bad goes wrong, as long as the fire crystal's alive, is the only one alive, and TNV's alive, we can't lose the battle. So we're just going to leave that one for last. And we'll just focus all our attacks on, like I said, just starting on the water one on the right, because that way, it's, the other ones are on the back row, so we'll deal less damage to them. So we want to take out that one first. As you can see, they're just using physical attacks. Eventually, then you'll know when they hit the threshold, though, they'll start spamming their AoE attack. Now, one good thing is, one thing you could hope that would happen is that terrain isn't all that good in this battle. The only good terrain that you can really get Well, I guess the Branch Spear is pretty good. That deals some decent damage and it's non-elemental. But the terrain you would really like to get would be one of the leaf, the leaf wind. Even though that will heal the wind crystal, the one on the left, it's okay because the leaf dance, it has a chance to cast blind, or darkness, I mean, on the other crystals, and that'll reduce their accuracy of their physical attacks. So as you can see, TNV and Faris are able to heal themselves up with that Drain Sword, even when they get hit by a massive, AoE attack. And for the others, Lenna and Galuf, they can just heal themselves up with the Cure 3. So you see that shell is really coming in handy because otherwise, they'd probably be able to two-shot us. But now it takes about 3 to 4 shots to finish us all off with any of the area of attack spells. Like I said, just kind of a like I said, once you have this all our defenses set up, all our in shell, it's pretty much a set easy battle. It's just gonna take some time. Luckily, I get really lucky. I start using the Sword Dance with Faris. The Dance command with Faris, and she hits Sword Dance multiple times, and that really cuts down on these enemies' their life. So the Water Crystal is down, and now we can start using some terrain. Like I said, we want to hopefully try to get that the leaf blow to occur. Because that leaf dance, there we go, because that will inflict darkness on the crystals. So they'll be less likely to hit us with their physical attacks. And then we only have to worry about don't have to worry about physical attacks, just to worry about those like AoE attacks at the end. Like so, we'll just keep ourselves healed up, and occasionally we use terrain to hopefully get the branch spears. Now, I'm not really using terrain all that much because you don't want to get to the point where you want to kind of focus all your attacks on just one of the crystal seals here, because you don't want to have them all go into their second AoE phase, because then you'd be getting hit by potentially 4 area of attacks at once. So you just got to be really careful. Again, I get kind of lucky that the terrain is just hitting the one that I'm concentrating on. So, Leaf Dance, yeah, it's healing the one in the back, but that's okay. We haven't hit that one for any damage yet, so it doesn't matter. So now we got the bottom one in its AoE phase, area of attack, area of effect, I mean. And you can just concentrate on it, finish it off. Like so, the main thing that's keeping us alive is that shell. And once we finish this one off, like I said, we'll leave the fire crystal on the top for last. Like I said, just to be safe. Because once that's the only one left, we can't lose the battle because TNV has the flame shield. So once it starts spamming its Fire 3 area of effect spell, it'll automatically heal TNV. So he just has to just keep attacking and that'll be it. They start falling a little bit quicker once we finish them off. Like I said, once they get once they're down to just 2, then I start using the dance. So I was a little hesitant to use terrain and dance because I didn't want to bring them all down into their critical range here. If you're just dealing with 1 in critical range, it's not that bad. So now at this point, we want to focus on the left crystal, the wind crystal. Finish it off. As you can see, they resist, all the crystals resist basically all the other elements. So, the magic swords like Fire 3, you think that one might be good, or the Ice 3 might be good, but all the crystals resist that stuff, so That's why it's just go with the non-elemental drain. Because like I said, we want to keep ourselves healed here. So here, like I say, we get really, really lucky. Faris just keeps hitting sword dance. So yeah, basically 4 sword dances will finish off a crystal. And we got also lucky there with the terrain hitting the branch spear, hitting the left wind crystal twice. Another sword dance comes up. Oop. That should pretty much be it for that one. So yeah, now we pretty much have the, like I said, the battle in the bag here. Because even if something bad happens, that crystal will never be able to defeat TNV. Because TNV has the flame shield. So when the crystal goes into its, starts spamming its flame fire 3, it's always going to heal TNV up. So once it gets into that crazy phase, it can't hurt TNV. Yeah, you see, TNV is always going to get healed up. So the battle is as good as over. So it's a matter of just putting off the final bits of damage to this, and we'll be good to go. And the crystals are finished off. Got a lot of job points there. Unfortunately, Lenna didn't gain any because, oh well, she's in a class she already mastered. But once we defeat the seals, wonderful work, Warriors of Crystals. You have broken the seal. Ha ha. I can't thank you enough. Exdeath makes his appearance. What does Exdeath want here? And why is it important that we defeated the seals? Find out in our next episode. Thanks for following. See you then. Bye.